You know that feeling, right? You're
Yeah.
trying to learn English maybe on your own, and it just feels, well, a bit boring. Like you're just wading through textbooks, making lists, and you wonder if you'll ever actually sound like a real person speaking English.
Uh-huh. That isolation can be tough.
Exactly. But what if I told you that learning English solo can actually be fun and
Ugh.
creative and, get this, really effective?
Absolutely. And there's actually some pretty solid science behind why that is, how our brains can work with us on this.
Right. So our mission, let's say, for this deep dive is basically to arm you with a plan. Real, actionable tips to make learning English by yourself work and maybe even make you enjoy it.
A toolkit for the independent learner. That's the goal.
Okay, let's unpack this then. First
Mhm.
off, this idea, this almost like rule that you absolutely need a speaking partner. Everyone seems to think that. Is that really the whole story?
Well, not necessarily, no. It's a common belief, but the brain science tells us something fascinating. Our minds are actually incredibly good at learning through mental rehearsal,
Hmm.
internal simulation.
Internal simulation. So like practicing in your head.
Exactly. Even when you're completely alone, your brain can be firing in ways that genuinely help your speaking skills improve.
Okay, tell me more. Is there proof for this?
Yeah, definitely. So researchers, at top places like Oxford and MIT, they've actually looked into this. They found that activities like self-talk,
Ugh.
just talking to yourself in English or shadowing, which we'll get into,
Uh-huh.
or even just vividly imagining conversations, these things activate the same areas in your brain that light up during a real live conversation.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? The same areas?
The very same ones. Think about athletes for a second.
Okay.
They visualize their performance all the time, right? Running through every move, every step in their mind. And that mental practice,
Yeah.
it genuinely improves their actual physical performance. Language learning works on a similar principle. It's cognitive training.
Huh. So it's not just wishful thinking.
Not at all. It's your brain doing what it does best, learning and adapting through simulation.
So what this means for you, listening right now, is you don't have to wait around. You don't need to find that perfect English buddy to start making progress.
Precisely. You've already got a practice partner ready to go.
Yourself.
Yourself. Exactly. Which brings us nicely to a really practical technique that uses this exact idea. It's called shadowing.
Shadowing. Okay, I've heard of this. What
Yes.
is it exactly?
So imagine you're listening to someone speaking English. Maybe it's a podcast you like, or a YouTuber, or even just a scene from Netflix.
Right.
As you listen, you try to repeat what they're saying almost at the same time. You're not just saying the words, you're trying to copy everything, the intonation, the rhythm, the ups and downs, the way they pronounce things.
Ah, okay. So it's like karaoke, but instead of singing, you're speaking English.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, English karaoke. And the best part is there's endless material out there. Podcasts, YouTube, Netflix shows. They all become your practice ground.
So you just jump right in, repeat whole conversations.
Yeah. Well, maybe start a bit smaller. That's usually best. Try shadowing just one sentence first. Get the feel for it. Then maybe two sentences. Build it up slowly. You can work up to whole scenes or, longer clips eventually.
Okay, start small. That makes sense.
And another big plus, especially if you're maybe a bit shy about speaking.
Yeah.
No one's listening. It's just you. You can stumble, sound funny, get it totally wrong, and it doesn't matter. There's zero pressure.
That's actually a huge benefit. You can just mess up and try again without feeling embarrassed.
Exactly. And think about what's happening. You're training your mouth muscles to make the sounds. You're training your ears to pick up the nuances, the melody of the language, and your brain is processing it all in real time. It's a triple workout.
Mouth, ears, brain. Got it. Okay, so shadowing helps with the how, but what about the motivation? How do we stop solo learning feeling like, well, homework? How do we make it fun?
Ah, that's absolutely key.
Yeah.
Because if it feels like a chore, your brain kind of shuts down a bit. Retention goes way down. But when you bring in elements of fun, playfulness, it actually triggers different pathways, things like dopamine release.
Right, the feel-good chemical.
Exactly. And that dopamine hit helps consolidate memories, makes learning stickier, and keeps you motivated. Fun isn't just nice to have. It's actually neurologically beneficial for learning.
Okay, so practical examples. How do we inject fun? Games.
Games are perfect. Simple things work wonders, like set a timer for 5 minutes, grab a few new words you learned, challenge yourself. How many sentences can you make using those words before the timer goes off?
Oh, I like that. Competitive. Against yourself.
Or create little language missions. Maybe you're watching a cooking video. Your mission is to spot 3 new food-related words.
Huh. Like a spy mission. Find the vocabulary.
Exactly. Or practice specific scenarios, but make them fun. Pretend you're giving a weather report from Mars. Explain your day as if you were a secret agent.
Okay, that sounds fun. What about apps? People love language apps.
Apps are great tools, definitely. Things like Duolingo, Quizlet, Anki.
Right.
They often have gamified elements built in. But where they really shine for solo learners is when you personalize them. Don't just use the standard flashcards.
What do you mean?
Make them yours. Use really weird, silly example sentences for your flashcards, things that make you laugh. Or record yourself saying the word and definition in a funny voice. There's actually a psychological principle, the von Riestorff effect.
Von Riestorff sounds serious.
It just means things that are unusual, that stand out, are easier to remember. So yeah, weird is memorable. Embrace the weirdness.
Weird is memorable. I like that. So lean into the silly stuff.
Definitely. And don't forget rewards. Seriously, acknowledge your effort. Finish your 5-minute sentence challenge? Great. Have that piece of chocolate, listen to a podcast, treat yourself to that nice coffee. Small rewards reinforce the habit.
Good point. Positive reinforcement.
Yeah.
Okay, now, you mentioned another tip earlier, one that sounded maybe a little unconventional.
Ah, yes. Mirror talk.
Mirror talk. Okay. This sounds potentially awkward, standing there talking to yourself in the mirror.
It can feel a bit strange at first, I won't lie, but it's surprisingly effective.
How so? What's the benefit of the mirror?
Well, the core idea is simple. Stand in front of a mirror and just talk in English, out loud. You can practice giving a little speech, pretend you're ordering in a cafe, maybe run through some job interview answers.
Okay.
The mirror gives you instant visual feedback. You see your facial expressions, you see your posture, your body language as you speak.
Ah, so you can see if you look nervous or maybe confident.
Exactly. It helps you connect the feeling of speaking with the physical act, building awareness, and often confidence. You see yourself doing it.
So how do you start without feeling totally weird?
Just start simple. Try a phrase like, okay, today I'm feeling, or today I want to talk about, and just go. Talk about your day, your plans, anything.
And if you get stuck, run out of words.
Don't just stand there frozen. Act it out. Use gestures. Imagine this situation fully. Be dramatic. Think of it like you're the star of your own one-person English language show.
Ha. Okay, star of my own show. I can work with that. It takes the pressure off.
Exactly. It's about practice, not perfection, which leads us nicely into this whole idea of immersion.
Right. Everyone says you need immersion, but most people think that means moving to, like, London or New York.
That's the traditional view, sure. But you can actually create a pretty powerful, immersive environment right where you are. No plane ticket needed.
How do you immerse yourself at home?
This is where you can get creative again. Start simple. Change your phone language to English. Change your computer's language settings.
Ooh, okay. That forces you to see it constantly.
Yep. Make English playlists, music you love, but in English. Follow social media accounts that post in English.
What kind of accounts? News.
Could be anything. Funny accounts, food bloggers, travel pages, even just, endless cat videos. If the captions and comments are in English, it counts. It's input.
Cat videos for language learning. I love it. What else?
You can bring it into your physical space, too. Get some sticky notes. Label things around your house, the door, the window, the kettle.
Labeling furniture. Okay.
Sounds basic, but it keeps the words visible. Say your shopping list out loud in English before you go out. Even narrate your simple daily actions. Okay, I'm making tea now, putting the kettle on, getting a mug.
That feels really silly, saying that out loud to nobody.
It might feel silly, but trust me, it works. It's constant, low-stakes practice. You're surrounding your brain with English. It helps normalize the language, makes it feel less foreign and more like just part of your day. Your brain starts processing it more automatically.
Okay. Normalize English. Make it part of the furniture. Literally. I get it. So we have shadowing, games, mirror talk, home immersion. How do we put this all together, like in a week?
Good question. A little structure can help. Let's sketch out a possible weekly solo plan. And remember, this is just a template. You absolutely should tweak it to fit your life and your interests.
Gotcha. Flexible template. Lay it on me.
Okay, maybe Monday. Watch one interesting YouTube video, something short and shadow. You say 5 sentences from it, just 5.
Monday. YouTube and shadowing. Check.
Tuesday. 5 minutes of mirror talk. Pick a scenario, ordering coffee, talking about your weekend. Just 5 minutes.
Tuesday. Mirror chat. Okay.
Wednesday. Podcast time. Put on an English podcast while you're doing chores, washing dishes, folding laundry. Passive listening still counts.
Wednesday. Podcast chores. Easy enough.
Thursday. Get creative. Make 5 flashcards for new words, but make the examples really funny or weird. Remember, weird is memorable.
Thursday, weird flashcards. Love it.
Friday, writing practice. Try writing just 3 short sentences in English in a journal about your day, your thoughts, anything.
Friday, quick journal entry. Doable.
Saturday, maybe set yourself a slightly bigger, fun challenge, like try explaining your favorite movie plot in English out loud to your cat, maybe.
Saturday, movie plot challenge. Okay.
And Sunday. Sunday is important. Rest. Or review what you did during the week. And definitely reward yourself for sticking with it.
Sunday, rest, review, reward. Crucial step.
Absolutely. The key takeaway from all this is you don't have to wait. You don't need a teacher standing over you or a dedicated partner to start making real progress right now.
You have the tools within you and around you.
Exactly.
So if you've been feeling stuck or maybe just bored learning English on your own, remember this deep dive. You really can do it effectively. You can make progress, and honestly, you can actually have fun doing it all by yourself.
Embrace that playfulness.
Yeah.
Get creative. Try the slightly weird stuff. See what clicks for you.
Because when you really think about it, maybe the best, most reliable English teacher you'll ever have might just be you.